Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Steve, and this channel is Stuff Steve Likes, and I talk about stuff that I like. It's that simple. Anybody that knows me personally knows that I really like knives. I'm definitely mostly a folding knife guy, but I've started to get into some fixed blades here recently. My dad always carried a fixed blade buck knife, and actually, ironically enough, this is a fixed blade buck knife. This is the new Buck Mesa, and it comes in the sheath just like this. Really nice little sheath. The product number on this one is the 632. You can see right there. And this one is one of their made in USA blades. They're about half and half. They make some of their blades over in China and some of their blades in the USA. But this is an American made knife. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a Walmart exclusive. You can get this knife for, I think, about $45 is what I paid for it. It's their 420 high carbon stainless steel. Not the best steel in the world, but their heat treatment is superior to anyone else's 420 HC steel. And just a really nice profile on that clip point blade. And if you see, that's full tang. When I say full tang, it means that the metal of the knife goes all the way to the end, and you can even see that it's got a little bit of the tang sticking out, which is nice. You can use that as a, as an impact implement if you need to do that. It does have a little jimping. This is called jimping here. It's kind of a grip for your thumb, a little bit of a thumb ramp, and then you also have a guard here. So if you were stabbing into something, say you were stabbing into a piece of wood, without that guard your finger could possibly slip past and you could cut yourself. And with the edge I have on this, you would definitely cut yourself. It has a nice sheath with it. It's a plastic sheath, but it does the job. It fits really tightly, and shake it, doesn't come out, which is really nice. There's your belt loop there, and not only that, it's ambidextrous. You can attach the belt loop right-handed, as I have it here, or left-handed, which is extremely nice, especially for all my lefty buddies out there. The other thing that's nice on this sheath is it has a little thumb ramp here as well. So when you want to get the knife out, you just push with your thumb, and out it pops. I haven't used this knife extensively, but you can see that it does have a little bit of scratching on the blade. They call it a stone wash. It's really not a stone wash. It's got more of a grayish, coating to it. I would call it like a powder coating. It does have a nice sharp 90-degree angle here, which would allow you to strike it with a ferrocerium rod, or if you had some flint, you could strike it with that spine as well. And these are actual linen micarta handles on here. And they're just scales. When they say knife scales, they mean that there's a scale here and a scale here. Alright, so those are the scales, and these are linen micarta, which is really very, very nice. They might be canvas micarta, either way. Typically you don't see micarta scales on a knife this size until you get over the $100 range, at least up into the $90 to $95 range. A lot of the knives that have this kind of scale are getting up there in price for sure. But very nice knife, and super sharp. Came razor sharp out of the box. I have used this camping, and I did dull it up, but that was using oak wood. And as you know, oak is extremely hard, and extremely hard on knife blades and axe blades. Anyway, but it's a great cutter. It's got a hollow grind. When I say hollow grind, it means that the grind goes from the top in like this. A flat grind is like this. A saber grind comes down and then to a point. This is a hollow grind, meaning that it comes in because it has two grinding wheels that hollow out the blade. And if you look down the blade, you can see that it has a hollow grind. And what that lets you do is get really nice slicing action out of it. So slices extremely well. Into wood it does extremely well. I've got a little small piece of wood here, and one thing that you do a lot when you're camping is make shavings to start the fire. And if you see this bites really deeply into that wood. I'm just using a little thumb push cut here, and you can see that that's really cutting nicely and cleanly into that wood, just like that. Doing a really nice job of that. Super clean cuts into the wood, and you know, if you want to remove a lot of stock, you can do that as well. If I would come over this side, that's just one cut. I wasn't pushing that hard. I'll do it again. Okay, this time I'm pushing hard. There we go. But you can actually see that it did not break. It actually cut it, though. That was going into, that's a pretty thick piece of wood there to cut through. But you know, making shavings, whatever you want to do, this will definitely do it for you. Again, razor sharp. I have touched it up on my Spyderco Sharp Maker, but a great little camp knife. This would be a great hunting knife as well. It's a little bit big to skin game with, but you know, it's marketed more of as a survival knife. So anyway, that is the Buck 632 Mesa, and it's at Walmart for about $45. And if you ask me, that's a steal. So go check it out.